If you just came to find out what adapter I recommend, it's this one, the Boya BYK4, and also its counterparts made by Saramonic and Movo. Yeah, these guys. But if you want to hang out with me a little bit and have a conversation about some of these other options, why there are so many, what the confusion is, and what happens if you have other microphones you want to connect, then stick around. So, first of all, when someone asks me what kind of microphone they should use for their Action 4, my initial instinct is to recommend a USB microphone. And that's because it provides the cleanest connection between a mic and your Action 4 camera. It allows the microphone to do all of the audio work and transmit a digital audio signal directly to the camera, so there's no adapter or converters that are needed in between. Generally, it's a much cleaner look because you can buy additional right-angle USB-C cables to run directly from your USB-C microphone to your Action camera, which makes things like a little tidier. And overall, it's taking advantage of the USB-C audio input of your camera, which I think is one of the biggest advantages to the Action 4. Now, when it comes to having legacy-type microphones that terminate in a 3.5mm TRS connection, the kind that we're used to plugging into mirrorless cameras or DSLRs, you will need a dongle or adapter to go in between your Action 4 and the microphone. And if you look up USB-C to 3.5mm adapters, you will find so many different options. The ones we're specifically looking for are microphone adapters. That means that they take a audio input via 3.5mm TRS, which is an analog signal going in, and they convert it to a digital USB signal going out. What you might find often are USB-C to 3.5mm headphone adapters, which do the reverse. They take a digital signal from a smartphone or any other USB-C device, convert that digital audio signal into an analog signal, and send that analog signal out to a pair of headphones. So when you look at adapters out there, anything that is under that $10 mark most likely is a headphone adapter, and any adapter or dongle that is above that $10 mark, somewhere between $15 to $20, is most likely that expensive because it is a microphone adapter, specifically designed with internal circuitry and a analog to digital converter that is meant for microphones. So people ask me, well, Boya makes a BYK 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a BYK 8, a BYK 9. Why can't I use any of them or all of them, or which one should I use? Okay, so I'm going to put on screen right now all of the different Boya adapters. And if we look at each one, we can see that 2 of them are lightning connectors, so we don't need to use those. 2 of them are made for specific cameras, the Pocket 1 and the Action 1, and those will only work with those 2 specific cameras. One of them isn't even a USB to 3.5mm adapter, which only leaves these 3. The Boya BYK2, the Boya BYK4, and the Boya BYK9, which is a TRS adapter. And we'll get to that later on. Now, the thing to note is that the BYK2 and BYK4 are exactly the same, except for the TRS end. One is a male to go into like a microphone. So say you had something like a Sennheiser MKE 200, you could take the BYK2 and plug it directly into your camera, and then take the TRS end and plug that directly into your microphone. Or if you have something like a wired lavalier, you can plug that wired lavalier into the BYK4 and then plug that directly into your camera. And just so that there is no confusion, if you want some versatility or you need some extra cable length, you can use your included TRS cable with your microphone into the BYK4. And Boya isn't the only company that make these adapters. If you look at Saramonic and Movo, here are the equivalent adapters for the BYK4 from Saramonic and Movo, and here's the equivalent adapter for the BYK2. So these are the adapters I recommend if you are an everyday content creator, if you are vlogging with your Action 4 and need a microphone, if you're using an on-camera shotgun style mic, or if you're using a wired lav. or if you have a wireless system that you need to connect via 3.5mm TRS. Now you might be saying, well, DJI just released a first-party adapter, the DJI Osmo Action audio adapter. And while, yes, it does accept a 3.5mm TRS input and is in a small package that connects directly to your Action 4, this adapter may not be for you because it was specifically designed to attenuate a mic signal so that it can be used in scenarios like motovlogging, where there is extremely loud sounds or extremely close miking techniques within a helmet, and that allows the camera to record really loud sounds. But what that means for everyday content creators is that if you are like vlogging with the DJI Osmo Action audio adapter, it might not provide enough gain to your microphone to get a clean signal without introducing a lot of noise, either in post or in camera. So moto folks, I do recommend you look at the DJI Action audio adapter, but for everyone else, I think unless you need to charge your camera via USB-C while using a TRS microphone, I would highly suggest you look at one of these Boya, Saramonic, or Movo adapters. Now, what if you have a microphone that ends in a TRS plug? Well, you can still use it with one of these adapters if you get another adapter to convert it from TRS to TRS, like the Rode SC3. And while I can't confirm this because I don't actually have one, I believe you could use the Boya BYK9 with something like a Rode SmartLav, which terminates in a TRS connection, and that audio will work just fine. And so hopefully this has answered your questions about what adapters and dongles you should get. If you have any specific questions, leave them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk again real soon.